The lesson.
Oh yeah.
So obviously you do your stand-up comedy stuff and you tour, and you got your YouTube channel.
Yep.
And you're doing your stuff online, and also you've got a podcast, Spearhead Sunday.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that, like how long you've been doing that and what's that sort of all about.
Well, I've been doing the podcast for about 3 years now, and it's just me. It's literally just me in my bedroom alone, yelling to myself like a schizophrenic, just about whatever's annoyed me at the time. Like I've been talking about recently about the McDonald's app for that Monopoly game. I hate it, right? Because you have your stickers. It should just say you win, you lose. That's it. But then they brought in these stupid chance cards where you could win. It's like, no, just tell me if I've won. I've done it. I ripped it off. Yes or no. That's all I need to know. But now you got to rip it off, and then you got to scan it on a stupid app. And if that wasn't bad enough, I saw my tour photographer. She has the app. She took it off and she scanned it with her phone. And then the phone doesn't tell you if you've won. It makes you play a game to find out if you've won.
Oh, wow.
So it was like, just tell me. It was not even on my phone, and I was getting angry about it. So she gets it out, she scans the thing, and then the phone goes, to find out if you've won, blow on your phone. And she's in the middle of the airport, blowing on her mobile phone like an idiot in the food court. I'd rather in the food court than blow on my phone to find out whether I've won some nuggets. It was shit. Just tell me if I've won or not. So my podcast is just me complaining about shit that doesn't affect my life but makes me angry for no reason.
So basically just like what really grinds my gears, that sort of shit.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. And it's cool. It's like a little diary as well. Like, if you can go back to like the first episode, and I think I'm talking about my first ever tour or something, and you can kind of follow me, and I'm talking about my plans, because I try and keep like a honest relationship with my audience, just to let them know where I'm at and where I'm trying to get. And I think that breeds like a level of trust in what I am and what I'm doing. And I suppose like the mission, and I always tell them my goals and what I'm trying to do. And so it's kind of cool to see. You can go back and you can see when I was less successful, and you can kind of go up to where I am at this point. And then, maybe 10 years, you can listen to the podcast when it's at episode 1000 when I'm homeless, and you'll be like, man, he really blew it. He had something there, and he shouldn't have done that heroin, man. He really fucked it up, because this podcast is sad as.
And I want to briefly, touch on something that's related to television. I guess a show that was once upon a time somewhat popular, hated by many, and probably liked by a few, but it was still on TV for a while, is Today Tonight.
Yep.
And I guess, Today Tonight is just like a real budget, crappy version of
just current affairs shows of like just covering. I don't know. Yeah, it's now that it's gone, it's hard to explain what it was. It's like, I don't know, garbage journalism.
I think that's how a lot of people would describe it. And I had no idea, because I just remember it from it running on commercials or whatever. I don't really watch much telly, but Greeley was telling me that you actually shut that shit down.
Well, yeah, I can't take full credit for it, but so it was quite a few years ago now. Short story is, we was in a group with a few other people, and we were doing a lot of stuff online. We were doing a lot of trolling, a lot of just pissing people off just for a laugh. And Today Tonight got onto it and started painting us to be cyberbullies. So we thought, all right, we'll be that for you. And we started playing into it. And then we got my girlfriend to send them an email saying that we bullied her. And she lied, said she was a model, and we ruined her modeling career. We sent them emails, and she did an interview saying, oh, these guys have ruined my life, bullying me. They ran a whole story on it about how we ruined this poor, beautiful model's life. And then it turned out she was in on it. It was a hoax. And they had to run an apology, and they were very angry about it. And there was a giant media campaign. It was a very fun time.
So how did you actually go about, breaking the news to them? Obviously, she's written the letters. She's done the interview. Today Tonight are obviously thinking, okay, we got our story.
Yeah.
Then they've aired it, and after they've aired it, you have somehow...
I think the same night, from memory, the same night they aired it, we put a video up. Just, I think it was me it's actually a very shitty video. It's me in front of a webcam, just ranting about how Today Tonight sucks. And I was like, but you know, it's worse than Today Tonight. That girl on Today Tonight. And then she'd pop up from underneath the table. And she's like, yeah, she sucks. And then, you know, we reveal obviously she was in on it and it was all fake. And we're not cyberbullies. We were just playing into it just to trick them into running the fake story.
Wow, to prove that there's not really much research that gets done before
those shows, they can't do research. They don't have enough time. They have to do, when it was running, they would do 5 stories 5 nights a week. They don't have time to research. Literally, it was actually kind of seeing how easy it was to hoax a news show. And I've done it multiple times since. I've been on Triple J Hack, just as a fake character. I've been in The Age, I've been in the Herald Sun, I've been in so many different media outlets, and I've been on Media Watch about 2 times, I think, just for running fake stories. And they it's funny, I have a direct line to Media Watch, and they're like, hey, if you ever do this again, just let us know. I got Rebel Media, which was like a right-wing organization. When they came to Australia, I pretended to be the leader of Antifa, and they took it. I literally saw a guy with a Rebel Media microphone, and I was like, oh, those are those right-wing guys. What do they hate? Antifa. And just walked up to him, and I was like, hey, I'm the leader of Antifa Australia. And he had this full-on debate with me, and I just said crazy stuff that they would love. Called them racist and said that I have a job, but I fight for communism, and just dumb stuff. Everything they'd want to hear. And then I stormed off, and then they ran that as like, you know, we're fighting against Antifa. And then all these comments were like, that's a comedian, you idiot.
Wow.
So yeah, it's almost hoaxing news organizations is borderline a hobby for me at this point. And I've done it many times since, and it's kind of sad how easy it is to do. It's literally just an email and you're on.
Wow. And then I guess with the Today Tonight stuff, like once, you know, they've aired it and then you've done, you know, your thing online exposing that their stories just got no merit, no credibility to it. How did things sort of unfold from there into it actually just collapsing as a TV show?
Well, I've talked about this with The Chaser as well, who also had, when they had The Chaser's War and everything, when they had a TV show and they were also going at the Current Affair and Today Tonight, having a lot of back and forth. Because we also almost hoaxed a Current Affair earlier with the same joke of getting my girlfriend on and saying that we bullied her, but they got suspicious. They were like, something's fishy, and they never ran it. And speaking to the 2 different teams, a Current Affair, everyone who was there were just kind of good people who were just doing that job so that they could get experience and move on to something else. You know, they didn't really believe the stuff that they were doing. They just knew that, you know, people will like it, and they don't really believe it. But Today Tonight people, they believed it. They were like, this is our mission. Anytime they do something against like dodgy tradies, there was like a lot of emotional energy in that, like, which was very interesting to see the difference, and also to see that someone else who'd also messed with Today Tonight and a Current Affair note the difference too. And I think that after it was revealed that it was a hoax, internally it just fell apart. And I think from memory, it might not be correct, the executive producer, whoever was in charge, went on leave just like a couple days after, went on leave and just didn't come back. And then so the boss was gone, and then it kind of fell apart from there. And then I think it might have been a month or 2, few months after, can't really remember, it was a long time ago, they just announced that it was cancelled. And I think, well, I like to think that we were a big part of that.
I think it's safe to say that you were, man.
The lesson. 927. Oh, yeah.